In the quiet, dusty village of Chinsali, in the province of Muchinga in Zambia, lived a young man named Sampa. Born into a humble family, Sampa had always been different from his peers. While others in the village spent their days working in the fields or herding cattle, Sampa was fascinated by the mysteries of the universe. He spent countless hours reading about science and technology, often under the soft glow of a single kerosene lamp. Sampa's curiosity led him to experiment with various ideas. He was a natural inventor, creating gadgets from discarded electronics he found in the local market. But his greatest dream was far beyond anything anyone in Chinsali or the world had ever imagined. Sampa wanted to build a teleportation machine. Years passed, and Sampa's obsession grew. He studied everything he could about quantum mechanics, energy manipulation, and molecule assembly. With limited resources, he built a small lab in his family's backyard. It was there, in that modest setting, that Sampa made his breakthrough. One evening, after countless failed attempts, Sampa finally succeeded. He had created a machine capable of teleporting objects from one place to another instantly. The first successful test was with a small stone, which he teleported from his lab to the nearby Chinsali River. Amazed by his success, Sampa knew that his invention had the potential to change the world. News of Sampa's teleportation machine spread quickly through Chinsali and then across Zambia. Soon, the entire world knew of the genius from the small village who had made teleportation a reality. Sampa began receiving offers from corporations and wealthy individuals eager to use his technology. Understanding the potential, he started a company providing teleportation services to those who could afford it. Sampa's business grew rapidly. People were willing to pay millions of dollars to teleport across the globe in an instant, avoiding the long hours of travel and the hustle and bustle of the traditional transportation. Sampa, once a simple village boy, became one of the richest men in the world. He used his wealth to improve the lives of those in Chinsali, building schools, hospitals, and infrastructure across Zambia and Africa at large. However, not everybody was pleased with Sampa's success. The governments of the world, particularly those of major economic powers, began to see him as a threat. The transportation industries, airline, shipping companies, railroads were facing unprecedented disruption. Jobs were being lost, and economies were being shaken. The leaders of these nations felt their power slipping away as Sampa's technology rendered traditional transportation useless. A collusion of world governments demanded that Sampa share his technology with them, threatening to shut his operations if he refused. But Sampa was wise. He knew that in the wrong hands, his invention could be used for nefarious purposes, including welfare and control over global population. He refused their demands, insisting that teleportation should be used for the betterment of humanity and not for profit or for power. Tensions escalated. The governments began imposing sanctions on Sampa's company, cutting off his access to global markets and financial systems. They spread rumors and misinformation trying to discredit him and his work. Sampa faced intense pressure from all sides, but he remained resilient. One day, as Sampa was working in his lab, a group of agents from an international task force arrived at his door. They demanded that he hand over his teleportation technology. Sampa, knowing that his refusal could mean the end of his dream, made a difficult decision. He activated a hidden protocol in his machine, causing it to disassemble itself into an untraceable state. The technology vanished, leaving nothing behind but a few shared circuits. The agents were furious, but they were too late. Sampa had destroyed his creation, rather than let it fall into the wrong hands. His company collapsed and the world was forced to return to traditional methods of transportation. The governments rejoiced, believing that they had restored the natural order. But Sampa had one trick up his sleeves. Unknown to the world, he had created a second smaller machine, a prototype, hidden deep within the hills of Chinsali. He continued his work in secret, away from the pain and praying eyes of the world's governments. Sampa knew that the world wasn't ready for his invention yet, but he also knew that one day it would be. In time, Sampa would reemerge, not as a businessman, but as a visionary who understood the true potential of his creation. He would wait for one day when humanity was ready to embrace teleportation, not as a luxury for the rich, but as a tool for the betterment of all. Until then, the people of Chinsali kept the secret of their most famous son, and Sampa Chimfembe became a legend, a symbol of what one can achieve when they dare to dream beyond the stars.